Welcome to Cinemagna. In today's video, we will showcase the red carpet world premiere of the 2021 American neo-noir psychological thriller film titled Nightmare Alley. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel to be notified when new videos are released. Nightmare Alley is a 2021 American neo-noir psychological thriller film directed by Guillermo del Toro and written by Del Toro and Kim Morgan. It is based on William Lindsay Gresham's 1946 novel of the same name. Bradley Cooper, Cate Blanchett, Toni Collette, Willem Dafoe, Richard Jenkins, Rooney Mara, Ron Perlman, Mary Steenburgen, and David Strathairn star in the film. Following the 1947 adaptation, this is the second feature film adaptation of Gresham's novel. Stan Carlisle, played by Bradley Cooper, is an ambitious carny who teams up with a corrupt psychiatrist, Dr. Lilith Ritter, played by Blanchett, who turns out to be more dangerous than he is. Along with J. Miles Dale and Cooper, Del Toro acts as a producer on the picture. Del Toro confirmed the project's development in December 2017, his first since the Academy Award-winning The Shape of Water. The film's cinematographer is Dan Laustsen, while the film's composer is Nathan Johnson, who takes over for Alexandre Desplat. Principal photography began in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, in January 2020, but was halted in March 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Production began in September 2020 and ended in December of that year. On December 1, 2021, Nightmare Alley had its world premiere at Alice Tully Hall in New York, and Searchlight Pictures is set to release it theatrically in the United States on December 17, 2021. Without much further ado, please enjoy the world premiere video.
Well, originally it actually was the cast. There's just incredible cast that and Guillermo del Toro, and that was the reason why I originally wanted to be a part of the movie. And then along the way, just exploring the themes of what it is to be human, how we are 2 steps away from maybe losing everything, the exploration that we all went into, and then Stan, the character, was something that I actually wasn't even prepared for. What that experience was going to be, and I think just the filming process for all of us and everybody's dedication to the project wound up being much more than I even thought it was going to be. He's just an incredible life force, number one, and then his ability to tell a story, his attention to detail. I mean, every frame, every composition, he's aware of everything, and his choices. I learned so much from him. And Toni Collette. Yeah, well, they're incredible actors. And again, as I said, part of the reason why I even wanted to do the movie. And I was not disappointed. And everybody, each one of those characters is so different and unique. And so for me to be able to interact with all of them was pretty special. We got through it and we stayed together and everybody sacrificed and we made it. Yeah.
I played Molly, and she is a young woman who works at the Carnival and sort of gets swept off her feet by Stanton, and then things kind of go wrong from there. It was so much fun. He just loves what he does so much. He loves film so much, and his knowledge of film is like no one else's. He's seen every single film, multiple times, can talk about. So it's just infectious being around him. He loves what he does so much, and he loves the worlds he creates. And it was just really lovely to work with someone who is so passionate about what they do. Oh, well, Bradley's amazing. It was so much fun working with him. And he's a director also, so it was like, it was great. It was great, the dynamic between him and Guillermo. Their working relationship was really amazing, so it was nice to just sneak into that whenever I could. Yeah, we started shooting it, I don't remember, a few months before the shutdown, and then the film shut down, and I was actually pregnant when it happened, so we had to wait for me to have the baby, and then I had to go back when my son was very, very small, which was really challenging, but everyone took good care of me, so it was a very long process and journey.
Well, it's based on a fantastic novel by William Lindsay Gresham, and noir is a genre that comes back every now and then when in times of social turmoil, almost always, and it reflects very much the time it's made in. So we wanted to make a movie that was, yes, period, but at the same time that was reinterpreting noir for now.
We did a lot of research on the author who wrote the original novel, and we researched a lot on carnivals at the time, and a lot of pre-code pictures, and we watched some film noirs too.
Yeah, a lot of film noirs. Dialogue is particularly difficult and good. In the novel, there's amazing dialogue already.
Yes.
So we were listening for rhythms, lines, the patois, the slang of the era.
We used to read a lot of novels from that era as well. Yeah.
They Shoot Horses on Day, Day of the Locust, Miss Lonely Hearts, and so forth. Yeah. Bradley worked on his accent to the region, and Kate, what we wanted was sort of this mid-Atlantic accent that was very much of the time. The way that they would sort of adopt an accent that was studiedly not quite English, not quite American, very fastidiously massaged, really of the era, of the actresses of the era. Kate brings with her the whole legacy of the cinema of the era. I think it deals with what it is to tell the truth, to tell a lie, to be involved in populism or deceiving credible people, like people that are credulous, and I think is very much full of the anxiety of the times.
Yeah.
It reflects the anxiety of these times. It feels that, at least that's what we felt.
Yes.
Writing it and doing it.
A lot about the American dream, which is something that still exists and is something that's very hard for people to attain.
And the flip side is always a nightmare.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I play Funhouse Jack, and I'm, I think, probably the only original character. I'm not in the original novel, nor am I in the Tower and Power feature either. So, and I kind of run the operation over there. I'm like Funhouse Jack. I mean, working with Guillermo, it's I first worked with him on Pacific Rim, and that was just a different whole. I mean, it's a whole other genre too, and, even though it was fantasy, the robots and stuff. So the scope's just different. We did have to take a little break for a while during the pandemic, and I'd spent a lot of the time learning a blues song for the film, a Bo Carter song.
His name is Pete. He's a mentalist. He's the partner of Toni Collette's character, Xena, and they've been together for a long time doing their act. And he's sort of the end of the line for him in this story. It's he's been doing it for a long time, and he's kind of losing his edge a little bit. And he kind of doesn't last very long in the story. When I came on, that was after they had shut down. They started again. It was rigorous for everybody, especially the people who are testing everyone for once every 3 days for the entire cast and crew. And he's a master technician as well as his imagination is off the charts, and he's has a deeply human investment in his material, and I felt that every day.
I play Anderson, and I am the head of security for Richard Jenkins' character, and he's kind of like a father figure to me, and someone that I really look up to, and so I try to be a protector of him, and that leads to conflict between myself and Bradley's character. Bradley is one of the best actors I've ever worked with, and also one of the most genuinely affable, kind-hearted, easygoing, elegant, talented, dignified movie stars that you'll ever hope to meet. He really is a special guy. There are very few directors like Guillermo del Toro. He's got a unique style, a unique vision, again, a really genuinely kind a person, you know what I mean, who really inspires the actors who work with him.
Sure. Well, Nightmare Alley is the story of Stan Carlisle, who stumbles into a carnival, gets some skills, becomes very ambitious, and tries to take on the big city, and runs into a formidable opponent in Cate Blanchett's character, Lilith. So it's sort of a cautionary tale about, what blind ambition can do, and, the personal choices that we make. Well, Guillermo and I have been together for a long time. We've been talking about it for several years. We've been working on it now for about 3 years. We started shooting in early 2020. We had to stop for 6 months and figure out how to, reopen. And it was a big challenge, obviously. We needed to be able to do it safely and not get in the way of public health, but still have like a creative set. So it was a challenge, but we're all professional problem solvers. So we started up again, we finished, and here we are.
Yeah, I play Louise, who is Willem Dafoe's wife, Clem's wife at the Carnival. And she's pretty tired and had a long time being a part of this carnival, and she's ready to have a new life. So I'm part of the world that is existing during the Great Depression and where Bradley Cooper's character first encounters the carnival. Oh, amazing. I can't say enough about the experience of working with the most incredible cast you could possibly ask for, and being able to watch the collaboration that occurred between Guillermo and Bradley was absolutely incredible.
With the production I started in June of 2019, and we worked up until the pandemic, and then we shut down, obviously. So it was extremely long. But it was actually kind of interesting because we did two parts to a movie, so we were able to concentrate on the first and then return for the second.
So I played the Major, who basically is a lifer in the carnival, has risen up and got himself a decent gig, performer with Bruno, Ron Perlman, and also has some managerial duties underneath Willem's character. I've always been fascinated and intrigued by those carnival era, that lifestyle. People like me, little people, have historically been characters in sideshows and in carnivals. And so, I've always sort of had an interest and a passion for sort of learning about them. And that was really cool and really important to be able to bring one of these guys to life instead of just being the entertainment and being the circus act, that there's real people behind that with real stories and carry themselves with a lot of dignity. That was their family. Come on, working with Guillermo is like, it's a dream come true. I mean, he's incredibly bright, knows exactly what he wants, yet at the same time has the ability to adjust based on the moment and who's, what we bring to the scene.
It was an absolutely wonderful experience and one of the most magical films you'll ever see. I mean, I'm sure you've been told, it's just going back to a bygone age, something that doesn't exist anymore, and it was really nice again to be able to bring a little slice of the past back into our modern world. There's lots of prosthetics throughout the movie, as well as your various scars and wounds and cauliflower ears on Ron and stuff like that. I played a character called the Dog Boy, a background character. He was a hairy dog boy. And then we had Freaks, which is a pinhead. The pinhead was a young lady, so we made her look male, so it was a little bit strange, and hard to figure out at first. And the same with the bird girl. We cast a short man and made him be the bird girl. And again, it's that androgynous, look where it's kind of, dare I say, freaky, Well, I've worked with Guillermo a lot, and he's a dear friend of mine, and I'm a huge fan as ever I was. Guillermo del Toro makes us all better artists, absolutely, and I'll say that to my grave.
It's a man who's got everything. He's rich, he's unhappy, he's cruel, but he has a dark past and a memory he has a wrong he wants to right in this, and he thinks Bradley Cooper is the answer, that he can materialize his lost love. Well, this is my second movie with Guillermo, so it's like the best. He's amazing. The guy's he's the best. He's a ball. He's just really great. He's a fabulous actor. He's a wonderful guy. Well, I was the scene. They shot the second half first, and that was my half. And the last scene I had to do was the night they pulled the plug on the production because of the pandemic. So I had one more scene. I went home. 9 months later, it's 8 months, I don't know. I came back and I finished that scene.
Pandemic was tough. We were partway through doing the Carnival set and we just abandoned it, and it came back 5 months later with it sort of in tatters, blowing across this field basically where we were building it. It was emotionally tough because I was so into it, and it was such a dear project, like close to my heart. So it was really heartbreaking because I felt like the film was never going to be finished, and I was so glad we finished it. It was hard, and it was a lot of hard work, but working with Guillermo is so delightful. He's such an artist, so he's a real collaborator.
I play a carny boss. It's basically a cameo in the movie in one very important scene, but mostly I just love being in this film. He's one of the most generous, decent people I've ever met doing what I do, and it's an honor to be a part of anything that he creates.
Nightmare Alley is another incredible Guillermo movie. Is about sort of the underbelly of the American dream, liars and the lies that they tell. Guillermo is so collaborative, and he, right from the beginning, he was like, I want you to use your instincts, and we kind of just felt our way through it. He came over once a week. We would work on music together, and honestly too, it was sort of like the movie. It's so precise. It knows exactly what it is, and it felt like the whole time it was just telling us what it wanted.
Matthew and I want to welcome you all to the world premiere of Nightmare Alley. And to give a special thank you to all of our colleagues at Searchlight who have worked tirelessly to bring this evening and this movie to fruition. A movie that was just completed 2 weeks ago. So making The Shape of Water with Guillermo del Toro was an extraordinary experience. And through it, we built a real friendship. Guillermo,
Yes.
You are as kind and generous as you are talented, and we love you.
Thank you.
After finishing the film 3 years ago, we all looked at each other and asked, what should we do next? To our surprise, Guillermo quickly inquired about the 1947 noir classic Nightmare Alley, based on the great American novel. Guillermo said to us, "This is a story in which there are no monsters, except the humans, of course." And we want to give a special shout out to our dream producing triumvirate of Guillermo, Miles Dale, and Bradley Cooper.
Noir is a genre that always reflects the time in which it's made. So post-war noir with Robert Mitchum reflects the anxiety of that time. Post-Vietnam with Elliot Gould reflects the anxiety of that time. Bob Raffleson's Postman Always Rings Twice, the neo-noirs of the 90s and the 80s and so forth. And I felt that the drama of our times right now is truth and lies and how we look at ourselves. And I felt it was urgent to reflect that anxiety on a noir for the 2020s. Rooney Mara, and not here, and some of them here, but not here because of quarantine, COVID, vaccination cards, or whatever it is, but very much present in our hearts. Willem Dafoe, a guy that I'm told his name is Ron Perlman. Cate Blanchett, Toni Collette, and Mary Steenburgen.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and comment on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to be notified when new videos are released.